Hey guys, the Long Haul Larry, and I am back. This is the third week of my rehab exercises that I've been doing for my L5 and S1 fusion. I've also talked to my rehab lady, and she's also working in some stuff from my middle of my back to help improve the strength back there and everything else. I can tell you that my fusion that I had this summer is getting a lot better. I've been doing a lot more and more work on this house, and I've kind of noticed on the videos and stuff that I have like dirty pants on and stuff like that. I never really go by my looks and stuff. I am who I am. But the thing is that I do these exercises in the morning and the evenings, and a lot of times I shoot this in the morning so that there's more light, and I'm getting ready to go outside and do work on the house, and so I'm dressed for outside. I'm you know, with older clothes on and stuff, so that's why I've got dirty stuff on. I never really care about this stuff. But this is the third week of all these exercises, and she keeps giving me sheets. I've talked to her and asked her if, you know, this would be okay if I did this and stuff, and she said, sure, no problem, you know, and I'll share with you stuff. So what I've done is I try to take pictures of them and the description of the exercise, and that way you guys can, if somebody would need that, or maybe want to work with some of the stuff, they can do these also. So the first week and stuff, I'll put a link up that you guys, if you want to, if you didn't catch that, you guys can go back and you can see those first week's exercises. And I'm not going to go over all the week by week, but basically what I do is I start out doing the first week. I do all these together, and as she gets more and more, my time of exercise gets longer and longer and stuff, and you know, I get up to almost an hour now that it takes me to do all these, and it'll probably be getting longer and longer and stuff, and then, you know, I do them in the evening stuff too. So almost 2 hours of these rehab exercises every day. And then I'll put the second week, I'll put another link for the second week exercise so you can go and look those. I'm not going to go back over those. There's already a video there. If you want to see those, you can just click on the link and stuff. But this is the third week, and the first one is, a lot of it is to do with an exercise ball now. And the main reason why, I guess the sun is going away, it's getting shady in here. The first reason, I guess, why to do the exercise ball, she has told me, is to help build my core. And that is helping with the strength and stuff in my back, is to actually build my core muscles as I go around. And so that's what I've been working on. I've actually lost quite a bit of weight doing all this stuff. And I'm actually getting a little bit of a flat stomach going on. It's kind of cool side effect of it, and good. So the first one is the exercise ball. It's called the floor bridge. Now this one has actually taken the place of, instead of me just doing it on the floor, I think it was my second week, I think it was, I'm not really sure, just being on my back and then doing it with my knees and just kind of lifting my butt. This one takes the place of that. So basically, I'll show you what you got going on here. I've kind of changed the camera angle. It was catching a part of the chair, so I thought I'd just do it better this way. But basically what you do is you put your lower legs onto an exercise ball, and then basically you're going to lift your butt. And that's all you're doing. You hold for 3 seconds, clenching your core muscles, and then going back down. And as you've seen in other videos and stuff, me doing this, off of there, it was always harder for me to get my butt up. It usually took a few of them, but now it's getting more and more because I'm building more and more muscle back there. So you do this 10 times and you hold it up in the air for 3 seconds. So the next one on there is called prone ball alternate arm and leg, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing I did on my hands and knees, and this you would always give me, it still does, quite a bit of there was a lot of tension back there when I did this and stuff. But and she came over and I practiced this first one with the ball here, and it actually, I told her it's easier, I think, but she said it's helping with my balance and stuff to hold onto this ball, to stay on this ball and everything. And so basically I'm doing the same thing, right arm out, left leg out, hold for 3 seconds, and just doing that back and forth, and just going back and forth. And as always, tightening my core muscles. So the next one on there is exercise ball marching. And basically what I'm doing is sitting on the ball, and I'm going to put my hands on the side of the ball to steady myself. And I'm clenching my core muscles, and then I'm just slowly marching. I'm just picking up my leg, hold for 2 seconds, put it back down. And she always says that it's 10, but what I always do is I just count to 20, because that does 10 each one. I don't know, it's just the way I've been doing it. All right, so the next one is exercise ball seated alternate arm and alternate in arm and leg, sorry. And it's the same exact thing as the marching, except I'm gonna do the alternate hand from the leg that I'm doing. So I put this down, and if I'm gonna raise up my left leg, then I'm gonna raise my right arm. And so it's just doing that, back and forth. It's the same thing. So this next one is a lumbar flexion with ball 1, and you use a chair. I use the table here. It's kind of the perfect height. It's about the same height as the ball. And basically what I'm doing is you're putting your hands on here, and everything's straight, and then I just bend over as far as I can and just stretching out. And I can tell you that I really feel the pull on my lower back where that surgery was, and keeping the things stretched out. And what that's doing is it's keeping scar tissue from like healing together and binding up and stuff. I noticed that where some of the screws were and stuff, I was getting like balls bound up back there and everything. And it just in the last like 3-4 days, I've been noticing a lot of that going away and stuff, and my back is getting smoother. And every time that I go, it seems like I can go a little bit farther down. So this next one is the exercise ball prone alternate leg. And it's basically just like the alternate arm and leg and stuff, except I'm not moving my arms. And so basically I just roll up on the ball, and you want to make sure that your legs are off the ground, that your knees aren't touching or nothing like that. And you're holding it, and same thing, you're doing 10 times, holding it for 3 seconds. And so you're just lifting your leg, you're holding it for 3 seconds, and holding it up, and then crunching those core muscles as you're doing it. So the next one, I'm doing this without the ball, and this here is going to be stretching side to side, and it's called a side lane trunk rotation modified, I guess. So basically I'm laying on my side, and I'm gonna turn over onto my side with knees bent and everything, and I'm basically laying on the side, and I was told to get my whole body straight with my hips. And then basically what I'm doing now is I'm going to just rotate, and I'm just gonna push my shoulder back, try to keep my hips straight somewhere, and I'm pushing back, and I'm just holding that. And it's the same thing as the bend over thing. It's stretching that lower back. Okay, and it has a, 5 times holding it for 15 seconds. And so it's the same thing. And as I go along, things loosen up and I can get further and further. And then when I get done with this, then I will flip over and do it the other side and rotate the other way. So now I got those done. I can do the exercise ball spine trunk rotation. And basically what I do is I lay down, and I'm keeping my back down onto the ground, my shoulders straight, everything, arms down. And I got the ball kind of put right up against my butt with my arm sitting on it. And I'm gonna rotate the bottom of my legs, trying to keep flat down. And this is going to stretch things out. And doing that 10 times, hold it for a couple seconds, and then I go the other way. So this one here, this next one, I said I've actually been using this elastic band, and I've been just attaching a doorknob, but it didn't work the greatest. And plus I need to go from the ground up and from the ceiling down. And so I just constructed, I just took a 2x4 that I've had laying around here and just put some hooks on there, and I got a medium and down and low I got 3 hooks on there. And that's how I've used this, and I just have it attached to the wall, and that way I can do these exercises. So I'll show you these. So this one is called elastic band chops. It's low to high. And basically what we're doing is the same thing. Everything seems to be 10. You hold it for 3 seconds. And what I'm doing is standing here, knees slightly bent, and I have my arms down like so, and I go from low and I go to high. Hold it for 3 seconds. Okay, and you're supposed to look where you're going to, but I forgot it's the camera. I was kind of looking at the camera. But you're supposed to go in that stretching everything out. And you do it the other way too. It's the same exact thing, except you're doing it the other side. So the same thing from this here. This is the chop, and this is going from high down to low. Excuse me. And basically, you're just pivoting like this, and just pulling down. And then I will, then you spin it around and do it the other way, and you just take it and put it the other knee up. Same thing. So the next one that I have is a ball rotation. So I'm back onto the ball, and I'm sitting on here, and this one here is you sit on the exercise ball and you're going to pivot. Same as the exact thing as I was kind of doing low to high, except this one here, I'm actually supposed to be on the middle one, which I'm not. And then basically what I do is I got to stretch out a little bit farther, and I basically just take it and go sideways. And go sideways. So this last one that I do is called the dead bug elastic band extension. And so what we're doing here is I'm using a ball again, laying flat on the ground, got my knees up on the ball, and then I use these straps, and I have them down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull down and then lift the leg, and wow, does that work your core muscles. All right, guys, so that is the end of them. That is all that, it's quite a few actually. As you probably notice, they've gotten a lot more difficult. I'm using a lot more things to really build muscle, and it tuckers me out. I mean, but I'm building a lot more muscle in my back. I can notice that I'm moving a lot better. I'm able to function a lot more, and able to bend over more is what I'm getting at. I can pretty much reach down to the ground now and pick things up and everything else, where before it was quite the adventure trying to reach to the ground to pick something if I drop something or something. So yeah, so those are the exercises that I'm doing for the 3rd week, and we've stepped it up a little bit and getting a lot more, and I can sure feel it. It's a lot better. So yeah, right now I'm about 2 hours of exercise every day, and still getting out. I'm still walking and doing a mile and everything else and everything. And she's a big promoter of that, says that's really gonna help me heal. So I'm doing that and trying to step up that a little bit more and more and everything else to get further distance on that and stuff. And so yeah, it's working out really well. So just working really hard on it, trying to rebuild muscles. And my doctor, he has said, because I've talked to him about it and everything else and the restrictions and everything, and he says all restrictions are off. He says work it. And I was just like, huh? And he's like, dude, okay, those legs in there, everything that's in there, you're not going to damage anything anymore. He said that's a lot stronger than any other bones. You're not going to damage it, so work it. He goes, don't be afraid of it, work it. And you know, I've snowmobiling is my big, huge thing. You know, everybody knows this. I love snowmobile. That's why I live in the UP. It's one of the main reasons. And I've said, you know, I'm probably not gonna be snowmobiling and everything this winter and everything else. And I could say that probably 3 weeks ago, I'd say, no, not even a chance. Now I kind of go, I've had people asking me, hey, you snowmobiling this year, people that I snowmobile with. And, I'm not big in contact with them in the summer and stuff. We're just kind of in the wintertime, kind of buddies, snowmobile. And I told them what happened and everything else. And they're like, seriously, again? You went through this and everything. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And they're like, well, you're back. When I was injured, you went snowmobiling that winter. You plan on going? And I'm like, I don't think so. I'm going to try to really, really let this heal up. I've had a lot of people asking me and stuff. I still don't think that I'm going to. I feel a lot better. Mainly my middle and my back, where I had the surgery over 2 years ago. That's the part that really hurts me now. That's hurting me more than where I had the surgery. That's coming along pretty good, which I think it's because of all the rehab I've been doing and everything else and all the work I've been doing on it. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing it. I don't know. I've told like my brother and stuff like that. He's asked me about it, and I just said, listen, if the snow conditions were just out of this world and we had, 2 or 3, 4 feet of just fluff powder and it's just, perfect conditions for off-trail snowmobiling and stuff, and he came up, I would probably go out with him, but it's going to be really lame snowmobiling with me. It's going to be like, I'm just going to go down the logging roads and sit there and you can go climb hills and everything, but I'll be there in case there's some problem or something like that. Because when you go off-trail snowmobiling, you always want to make sure somebody's with you. Because, you get into a serious stuck or something like this, you need help, or if you hit something, you get hurt or something like that, you want to make sure somebody's out there with you. And because it's not like trail riding where somebody's going to come down the trail or something. You could be back in the woods and somebody might not come back in that area for a month or 2 or never. So I always want to have somebody with you. So I'm like, if it's great conditions, I may go out there, but I'm going to be such a lame snowmobiler, not even funny. I really want to make this heal up. And I think that if I take off this winter, maybe I'll get 20 more, and really keep working this and exercising it. So that's kind of my plan, is that, yeah, I'm here, but, if it's great conditions, yeah, maybe I'll go out with you and stuff and watch you, or video them or something like this, or video somebody. But I'm just going to be the guy sitting down at the bottom of the hill or something like that and just sitting there. I'm going to be so lame, it's not even funny. So it is what it is. But like I said, if I can maybe protect it and just really work and keep working at this through this winter and stuff, and really build a whole bunch of muscles in my back and really get good shape and everything else, then maybe I can get 20 more. That's kind of my plan. From what the rehab lady said, that I'm going to start working with weights pretty soon, and she's going to start me out, and then and as I keep building muscles and everything, then she's going to increase the weight size. I'm going to do more weight size and everything to build more and more muscle back there. So I think that'll be coming up pretty soon and everything else. But I can tell you that what she's got me doing now, it may not seem like much, but it kicks my butt. It gets me pretty sore and everything else, and then I'll sit on ice and recover and everything, and go to sleep and stuff, and wake up in the morning and I'm rejuvenated, ready to go, and I'm getting better and better every day. It is getting so much better. I'm recovering so much faster doing this than when I broke my back. When I broke my back, I didn't do that right. I didn't do the rehab and everything else the correct way, and I regret it, because now I'm doing this rehab and trying to rehab the stuff from injuries from years ago too. So yeah, the rehab is really working for my lower back. I can feel it. So there you go. So this was week 3, and I will let you guys go, and I hope that everybody out there is having themselves a great day, great night as they watch this here video. And if you're not, you can certainly try that all over again tomorrow. And somebody had a issue, I think in the last one, or something about maybe the Packers, I think it had a blanket sitting back here. I think it's in the washer. But a blanket back here with the Green Bay Packers or something, and saying, hey, you live in Michigan, and shouldn't you be a Lions fan? No. I'm born and raised, I'm a Packer fan. So I'm born and raised a Packer fan. I'll be a Packer fan wherever I go, wherever I move to, or whatever. And just because the Lions are having a decent year this year doesn't mean I'm going to switch over. I'm not a switch over guy. Yeah, we'll have bad years. I'll still be there as a Packer fan. So there you go. That's what that means. So I will catch you guys later. Bye.